So, this is part 3 and part 4 of my CCR, Creative Critical Reflection, where I'll be using an audio format to answer for my CCR to add variety to these very sessions. So, the first question is how I developed production skills throughout this project. So, before I took media studies, I didn't really have any graphic designing skills. The most I did was probably use Canva to make posters for any school event or my school assemblies, or play around with layouts on Instagram to add stories or to add posts whenever I felt like. But apart from that, I never really worked with designing with any professional software, especially Photoshop. That was something that was quite intimidating at first. But the biggest problem that I faced before taking media studies with tools like Canva was that I really couldn't create my own original stuff or template from scratch. And sometimes the default options weren't really what I was looking for. And taking media studies really opened up a whole new world to me. It gave me the chance to create my own templates and create my own designs the way I want to from scratch, and ultimately just make something that is truly mine, something truly something that truly reflects my vision. And if you ask me, honestly, I never thought I'd be able to create my own magazine, let alone do all of this editing on my own. I was someone who shied away from technology and complex software, especially Photoshop. But here I am. My journey started with learning the basics, the camera techniques, editing, lighting techniques, and different compositions. And obviously, it was a very lengthy process, but all of this knowledge helped me to take better photos for my final magazine. And integrating and incorporating all of these very techniques and elements gave it, or allowed my magazine to have a more professional look. And it wasn't always easy because there were times when I had to start over because of errors, and it took time. But looking back, it was totally worth it since all of these skills are now pretty much on my fingertip. I was able to do everything on my own, from creating my own templates to choosing the right fonts and lighting, especially when it came to photography. I even learned how to edit photos in ways that gave them a specific look and feel to convey the right impact. As I was creating a magazine on a very serious issue, and this whole process just made me more confident in my abilities to produce content on any topic and on any subject. And I'm really proud of my progress that I've made so far. For my final magazine, I decided to shoot locally. We decided to pick a place that was quite nearby, and there were really just two main reasons for this. One, it was really convenient. Second, we didn't have access to a model or any real props, since our topic was not on a particular person or an individual, rather a setting and a place. And so but for that, we had to be careful about the local community too. So I made sure to get permission for the photos of the canals and the sewage canals as well. Plus, we didn't really need any additional lighting for the shoot as it was shot in broad daylight, and we didn't really find the need to have additional lighting, as our main aim was to give a real and unfiltered and to present an unfiltered image. For my second question, how did you integrate technology, software, hardware into this project? The biggest challenge for me was taking photos of different places and creating a visually appealing product. And to help with all of this, as it was all quite overwhelming, combined coupled with all of the techniques that I learned on Photoshop, etc., I turned to YouTube to learn what kinds of shot would make my photos look better or would help them make more professional. I picked up a lot of helpful tips from there, and it really made a difference in how my photos turned out. One issue I ran into was that I didn't know how to make an individual object in Photoshop and add text. I had no idea how to do it at first, so I had to Google it. And it did take a lot of time, which caused some delays. But now, those tips and tricks are second nature to me, almost on my fingertips, and I've gained a ton of new skills along the way. It's been a long learning process, but I've picked so many valuable skills that I never thought I would have if I didn't choose media studies. And I'm really proud of what I've created, and I'm excited to share it with everyone, especially my friends and my peers who have followed me along this journey. And it's amazing to see how far I've come from just using basic tools to now being able to confidently produce my own magazine with custom designs and professional looking content, something that I can call my own. Thank you.